Hi everyone, and thanks for tuning in. My name is Angela, and this is Real Crime. I post videos about unsolved cases, murders, and everything in between. So if that's something you're interested in, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Uh, Thanks again for your support, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Friendship, a bonded relationship between a pair. Its minimum requirement to sustain is trust. Imagine you receive a call from your best friend, and they're in distress due to ongoing domestic violence with their long-term partner. What would you do? Would your decision cost your life? Lisa Marie Velasquez was born on June 5th, 1993, and raised in the Bronx, New York, a city with high rates of violent crime, substance abuse, and substandard housing conditions. Crime rate and its concentration in the urban environment is influenced mainly by the greater availability of goods and increased feelings of relative deprivation because of greater gap between the rich and poor. This case takes place in the Claremont section of the Bronx. Lisa was 12 on March 30th, 2006. She had two younger siblings, David, who was 11, and Vanessa, who was 8. The siblings lived with their mother, Marilyn Ginel, who was 37 and 8 months pregnant. Marilyn had recently went through a breakup with the father of her unborn child, 47-year-old Robert Coakley, due to his infidelities. Robert was still married to his wife, 47-year-old Maria Coakley. Due to the split, Marilyn discontinued Robert's access to her bank account. He could no longer reap any benefits from his double life. Enraged, Robert and Maria showed up to Marilyn's house, demanding the money. They forced themselves in the apartment. The brutality began with Maria slapping Marilyn in front of the children, so hard she fell to the floor bleeding. Robert dragged Marilyn into the room. Lisa's brother, David, told News her last words to him and his sisters before being dragged, kicking and screaming into the room was, "I'll always love you. Take care." The children were forced into a bedroom by Maria, and she exited the room. The children heard Robert screaming, "Where's my money?" before banging noises were heard, and then eerie silence. "I heard them laughing at my mom," Lisa recalled. Robert and Maria emerged from the room shortly after. Robert's hands were bloody, David told News. Robert asked Lisa, "Where's my money?" "Why do I have to tell you?" she asked. "He kept calling me the B word." Robert robbed the children of their $35 in allowance, which they were saving to buy their unborn sister a stroller. Their cell phone was also stolen. They were unable to call for help. After the couple fled the crime scene, the children discovered their mother's body, her throat slit with a butcher knife, and her head bashed in. Robert was a former criminal with a raft of robbery convictions. Shortly after the slaying, Lisa spoke with News again and stated, "I have to go to court and testify against him. Now that I saw my mom, I feel stronger. I know what I have to face." Robert and Maria were sentenced to 25 years to life for taking the life of Marilyn and her unborn child. As shown from an early age, Lisa was fearless in the face of injustice, and helping those she loved was instilled in her. Who knew this would contribute to her unfortunate demise 12 years later? Fast forwarding to 2018, Lisa Marie Velasquez and Ciara Martinez were best friends. Ciara shared a child with her at-the-time boyfriend, Daquan Wheeler. Lisa was well aware of their toxic and violent relationship, constantly insisting Ciara should leave him. On August 21st, Ciara contacted Lisa, relaying the message that her and Daquan were fighting again. Daquan had a lengthy criminal history, consisting of robbery and attempted murder, where he was recently released on parole in 2012 on the latter charge. Lisa, wanting to protect her friend, grabbed her things and hurried out of her grandmother's house, stating her friend was in danger. Police disclosed Lisa placed a call from Ciara's house in the early morning of August 22nd. Daquan exited the apartment with the daughter Hem and Ciara shared. Lisa reported it as a kidnapping. Daquan returned shortly after the call was placed. When discovering Lisa had called the cops, he became infuriated. He struck Lisa with a hammer, rendering her unconscious. Reports conveyed Ciara wanted to obtain medical attention for her friend, but Daquan refused. He then straddled Lisa's unconscious body and struck her with the hammer at least 14 more times. To ensure she was no longer alive, Daquan used an electrical cord to strangle her. He dragged her body to the bathtub. According to the investigation, Ciara and Daquan cleaned up the bedroom where Lisa was murdered, disposed of Lisa's clothes, clothes worn during the attack, and the towels used to clean up the blood. They then went out to purchase large garbage bags and a machete from the hardware store. Returning to the bathtub where Lisa's lifeless body lay, Daquan began dismembering her, limb by limb.
Appearing before a judge, this as a candlelight vigil was held for Lisa Velasquez.
Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger is live in the Concourse Village section with the story. Josh?
Sade, the victim's family came here to Bronx Criminal Court to hear for themselves the charges in this most grotesque of cases, and then they went to plan a funeral. And now, the grief. At the Melrose houses tonight, where Lisa Velasquez was raised by her grandmother, they lit candles and shed tears.
Everybody loved her, and she's gonna be missed.
After all, no one would deserve this.
Three people versus Daquan Wheeler. Defendants being charged with murder in the second degree.
Not far away, the justice system was grinding into gear in the grisly case. Cops say Daquan Wheeler and his girlfriend Ciara Martinez murdered Velasquez and then used a machete and a meat cleaver to hack up her body, parceling out into plastic bags and dumping it.
Ask me again what I want for them. I want them to be chopped up just like my niece was.
Investigators believe Wheeler bashed in Velasquez's skull with a hammer after she tried to intervene in a fight between the couple. Martinez, after all, claims to be her friend.
She was my friend. I love her.
But cops say
Ciara assisted with hiding the garbage bags containing her best friend throughout 2 parks. Passerbyers observed Lisa's left foot was sticking out of a bag that also contained her left arm. Next to it, another bag containing her right arm and right leg. Her head and torso were found in a trash bag near the second park, roughly 2 miles from the first one. Between August 24th and 28th of 2018, all of Lisa's remains were discovered. During sentencing, blame was placed back and forth between the couple. Tawana Graham Wheeler, Daquan Wheeler's mom, proclaimed her son's innocence. "My son is not a murderer. I do not believe that. I believe his baby mother did it." She was also quoted, stating, "That girl got mad issues. If she can't get her way with him, she sets him up. He doesn't want to be with her. She fights in front of my granddaughter." Note that the child the couple shared was placed in state custody after the murder. Meanwhile, Ciara's defense was she was afraid for her own life and helped dispose of the corpse in fear she would receive the same fate. On May 8th, 2022, Daquan Wheeler was sentenced to 27 years to life in prison for murder and the dismemberment of Lisa Marie Velasquez. Due to Ciara Martinez's cooperation with authorities in efforts to sentence her boyfriend, her sentence was reduced to time served on a misdemeanor charge of conspiracy in the 5th degree.
All right, so you made a statement in the courtroom just earlier because the judge asked you to, if you wanted to say something, and then you had mentioned that you're glad that this is over with and you've served your time, and if you could explain that to me, please.
Just glad justice was served. This is all behind me. This is all behind the families. Just want to move on with it. I was cleared. I will no longer be coming to court anymore, and that hopefully my name will also get cleared from this credit that I had in this. Just thank you.
As of 2019, Ciara Martinez was a free woman, and to say Lisa's family was upset is an absolute understatement. A screenshot with information pertaining to Ciara's freedom was shared with Lisa's family. The message states, "I'm out." For context, Sapphire Rose is Ciara, and Shadow Rose is Jessica, Ciara's sister. Names have been redacted in respect to Lisa's family. The screenshot was shared to Lisa's aunt's social media, captioned, "Injustice to my mini-me." Ciara comments under the shared post, "You have to understand, I didn't do the crime I'm being accused of. No one asked my side of the story. I'm sorry about what happened, but I did not kill her or intend for her to be killed. Please do me a favor and stop bashing my name. If you want to know what happened, I will tell you. If not, I'll respect that too. Just like you keep tabs on my family keeps tabs on y'all." The original poster, Lisa's aunt, replies, "How am I bashing your name when you're the one putting your business out there? You chose that life. You chose to keep living with him. You had a chance to walk away when he was locked up before. But again, you chose to go back." Jessica adds her thoughts to the thread of comments. "It's understandable the hurt y'all are suffering from. But one thing you need to understand is the person you should be bashing is starting his new life behind bars, forever where he belongs. My sister is innocent. And I'm sorry to tell your family, but y'all are gonna have to accept what it is and get over my sister being free." Lisa's aunt responds, "I'm not mad, but your sister is not all innocent. She had participation and the opportunity to get my niece the help she needed. I don't understand. There's not enough fear in this world to stop her from helping my niece." Another member of Lisa's family catches wind to the intense thread of comments, and they also give Ciara a piece of their mind. "Ain't no bashing. We can say whatever we like and post whatever we want. If you don't like it, too bad. You're still breathing, and Lisa isn't, because you needed help and called her over." Ciara replies to this, "Listen, like I said, I'm not guilty and the law agrees. Nobody knows what went down but me and God. Stop accusing me of something I did not do." Jessica follows up on this statement, adding, "In all reality, it's Lisa who chose to help my sister. My sister didn't force her nor put a gun to her head to go. She chose to go. If you don't like that my sister is proven innocent, too bad. Worry about the murderer, who's where he belongs." The heated exchange continues, with more of Lisa's family members commenting on the post. "He's a murderer and you're an accomplice," one said. Jessica comes to Ciara's defense again and said, "She had the choice. If you weren't there or know the full story, keep your feelings to yourself." The original poster replies to this comment, "Jessica, you're right, Lisa chose to be a good friend. I can't say the same for your sister. On the contrary, I'm not mad. I feel sad and pity for her." Ciara follows up. I've repented and took this up with God. He forgave me. If you repent and turn your life around, God will bless you as he's done for me. Seemingly fed up with Ciara, Lisa's aunt comments, I pray for your soul, girl, and on that note, good night and good riddance. May God be with you. Adding more fuel to the flame, Jessica adds, stop judging her through social media as someone she's not. My sister is just as much as a victim as Lisa. This comment reignites the flame on this ongoing social media war, with the descendants' relatives adding, if you were a friend, you would have called the cops when it happened. Not help him get rid of your friend like trash. You're trash. You're ugly, probably jealous of her. Oh, and for your information, God doesn't just give blessings. The devil takes care of his people too. The exchange ends with a final hurt-fueled message by one of Lisa's relatives. Don't bother replying, everyone. You're staying in a halfway house in Queens. You got Lisa killed and said nothing. No one reply until we get an exact location. You took something of ours. I loved this girl. Now she's gone. As of February 2022, Ciara has moved on into a new relationship and seems to be enjoying her life. From taking pictures in Atlantic City hotel rooms, trips to Paris with her daughter, who she now has full custody of, to taking point-of-view photos of her new boyfriend and disgusting food. It seems as if she's truly put this behind her, as she's previously stated. Lisa Marie Velasquez's date of death is August 24th, 2018. She is buried with her mom, where they both can rest in eternal peace. Lisa believed friends are rare and meant to be kept close. Unfortunately, enemies should be kept closer. I hope her family is able to heal from this tragedy. Do you believe justice was served? Do you think Ciara's part in this murder was involuntary due to her fearing for her own life? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. It's been real.